Students, today we are going to see the subject science, in which we are going to see atoms and molecules. Students, as you know, we have done this chapter before. In the very first video of this chapter, we have seen the what is atom. Different philosophers, ancient Greek and Indian philosophers, scientists who have proved that yes, there are atoms. They have told us that matters can be divided into small particles, and the state comes when further division of this particle is not possible, that is known as atom. Some of the philosophers told atom is Parmanu, and this is what we have seen. Also students, we have seen the law of combination, chemical combination in which we saw law of mass, in which the mass of an atom in a chemical reaction neither be created nor be destroyed. So till that we have seen in this chapter. So in this video students, we are going to see about atoms. So students, now we are knowing that what are atoms, how this atom was being found, by which activity, what are the law of conservation of mass, law of proportion of mass for these atoms. But now we will see in detail what are atoms, what are the size of atoms, what are the symbols of atoms, and how we can symbolize in different ways atoms, right? So we can say atoms are the building block of matter. The new thing I am introducing, the atoms are the building block of matter. That is nothing but called as atoms. They are indivisible, it is true, but they are the building block of matter. If you have seen the wall, when they are making the wall, the blocks of bricks that makes a wall. Similarly, any matter is in the building block of this. Any matter is nothing but atom. This is how we can define in another way about atom. Now students, this is very much clear that is what is atom, right? The different definition, they are indivisible. But a question arises, what will be the size of atom? For example, if we talk about this duster, I know this duster is just I can find the length, breadth, diameter, everything of this duster. But what is the exact size of atom? So if I need to find the exact size of atom, I need to understand first that what the size is atom content. So students, atoms are so smaller that it is unimaginable to us. That means we cannot imagine the size of atom, we cannot compare that atom, such smaller the atom are in size. The atoms are so smaller size that even we cannot imagine. So students, if we think about size of atom, then atoms are too smaller and it is somehow we can say unimaginable, it is not comparable to any other thing. So the size of the atom is too small, right? Now we'll go on atomic radius. So what is atomic radius? The distance between the center of the nucleus to the outermost surface of the cell. The center of the nucleus to the outermost surface of the shell. This is what the definition of atomic radius is. And atomic radius is being measured by 1 meter equals to 10 raised to 9 nanometer, right? And now we'll see some of the relative size of elements. In that we'll see atoms of hydrogen, that is 10 raised to minus 10 meter. See, this is radii is in meter. Going on 10 raised to minus 9, that is nothing but molecule of water, and molecule of hemoglobin is 10 raised to minus 8. Grains of sand is 10 raised to minus 4. Ant is about 10 raised to minus 2. And then about watermelon, it is 10 raised to minus 1 radii. So this is students what the different radii or the relative size of some of the elements, molecule of water, ant or watermelon. So we have seen the relative size of these elements. So students, now we are telling that atom are the size are insignificant. It is not so necessary, not so important because it is too smaller, it is unimaginable. Then why we are discussing lots about the size of atom in this chapter? So students, atom is the most important thing because we are surrounded by atom, and due to the atom, the matter affect us also. So we are surrounded with atom and we cannot see, but yet around us, each and every place there is existence of atom. Basically, we cannot see those atoms with our negliged by these eyes, but by the modern technique, now we can see the atom through the magnifying. So, students, on page number 33, you might have seen that this image 3.2. This image nothing but the image of silicon. This has been shown by the magnifying technique. So in this surface of this silicon, you will be able to see the atoms, the presence of atoms on silicon. So students, we have seen about what is atom, the size of atom, and we have seen these relative size of elements, what are we moving on. Now further we'll see about the symbol of atom. So students, we know that a scientist Dalton has proposed the law of constant proportion, and he said that he has specified the atoms with a specific symbol along with its quantity. Yeah. So what he did, he has specified the elements, the atoms with a specific symbol along with its quantity. And here students are able to see some of the symbols which are being suggested by Dalton. So you will see the very first symbol, it is suggested is hydrogen. Then this is how you can see this symbol stands for phosphorus, this for copper, and this is for gold. Similarly, the plus side of this circle suggests for sulfur. This is how we presented lead. This is platinum, oxygen, you can say iron, silver, and mercury. So students, this is how Dalton have represented these elements, some of the elements with a specific symbol, and you can see for iron, silver, mercury, copper, and platinum. And then one more scientist who have given his contribution, his name is Berzelius. He said that atoms can be named from one or two letters. Yes, atoms can be named from one or two letters. This is a symbolic representation, students. Now if I need to represent these atoms by a symbol, this is another way, by the very short name. So as we know, hydrogen is represented as H, cobalt as C, capital O small. So how this came into existence? So for that, previously the elements were being named on the basis of place. This means from where the element was very first found, on that basis the element were given name. For example, we talk about copper. So copper is nothing but known as cuprous. Cuprous. It was basically found and it was found as cuprous. Then from that it was named as copper, and a symbolic form of copper is Cu. So the very first thing they have found is element on basis of place. Then comes the color. So then some of the elements were named on the basis of color. So very beautiful element, that is gold, which is known as gold. That has been represented as Au. That gold is nothing but name from its color, English color, that is yellow. From that, this element gold was being named, or it was being symbolized as Au, but it was being named as gold on the basis of the color. So first thing we saw about the place, then we saw about the element. Then we saw about the colors. Now we'll see according to IUPAC. So this is something new. So students, IUPAC means International Union of Pure and Applied Chemistry. Important in objective, the full form of IUPAC, International Union and International Union Pure and Applied Chemistry. So according to this, nowadays whatever new elements have been discovered, their naming has been approved by the IUPAC. They approve the name and then that name has been applied for the discovered new element. So basically IUPAC. So if you see in IUPAC, there are two ways we can name this element. As one of the scientists told us about that, we can name from the letter itself. If we talk about aluminium, yes, if we talk about aluminium, students, I can name this aluminium on the very first letter. So if I see this very properly, I have very first letter as Al. So on that basis, the upper case, that is the very first letter of this element, that is A, so it will be represented as A, and the lower case, the second letter of this element is L, so it will be represented as this. This is how I can represent aluminium. If I say another example, that is cobalt. Right? We remember cobalt. So I need to name this, and the upper case is C, so write it as C. And the lower case is another next element is O, which is represented very small b. You will be able to see aluminium, A is small, so A is big, it's in capital, then comes N. Similarly in cobalt, C is capital and O comes to be small. This is how one of the way we can represent the name of the element. Then comes the another form, which is we can represent the name of the element on basis of, if I can randomly take any of the letter, that is a first letter, considering an example, students. Let us consider an example in which I take chlorine, CH, that is chlorine. Now students, if we talk about chlorine, then chlorine is represented as Cl. So students, if you say about chlorine, C is a very first letter, but L is randomly taken over here. Same example if we talk about zinc. So zinc is been represented as Zn. So the upper case is always Z, and any other letter from this element, it is N and representing as Z. This is another way we can name the element one, that is just naming as the very first letter, the second letter, as we saw about cobalt, and the second way we can take the very first letter and another letter from this name. As in I have taken L and from zinc I have taken N. This is how we can symbolize by IUPAC, by colors and by keys. Now we will see the elements have been named on the basis of Latin, German or Greek. Yes students, elements can be name on the basis of Latin, German and Greek word. So we can say that iron is known as ferrum. Iron is a Latin word which is known as ferrum, but it is been symbolized as Fe. If you see the spelling of iron, students, it is IRON, but we are representing as Fe. No, there is F, no, there is E. In this name of the element, still we are representing as Fe. That means it is a Latin word which means ferrum, and we are noting as Fe. If we talk about sodium, then sodium is also known as nerium. Yes, NARRIUM, and it is been represented as Na. So this is how we are able to find, because we know the sodium is, we can write sodium as SODIUM. This is how we can write the sodium. We are indicating as Na, but as for the Latin word, we are denoting, symbolizing sodium as N. So students, this is how in very different way we can symbolize our element. It is on the basis of place, on the basis of colors, on the basis of IUPAC, in which we have seen two things, right? And then on the basis of Latin, Greek or German word. If the element is having any Latin, German or Greek word, on that basis we can name those elements. So students, if you see the page number 34 of your textbook, you will be able to see this table. This table, it is table number 3.1, symbol of some element. In that you will see, able to see in detail how different elements are being named. And just justify this symbol of the element on the basis of place, colors, IUPAC and symbol. Then you will be able to know many, not only is it cobalt, zinc or chlorine or iron or sodium. Many more elements are being named on the basis of this concept. So students, in this video we have seen what are atoms. We have seen atoms are building blocks of metals. Then we have seen atoms have significant size. And they are so small that we cannot see. And this is imaginable. Then we have seen the atomic radius, that is 1 meter equals to 10⁻⁹ nanometer. Then we have seen the radii and some of the exiles of this radii. As per the example, specifically we have seen hydrogen, molecule of water, water metal, and the molecule of hemoglobin. Then we have seen that how Dalton have introduced the name of the element, the symbol of the atom. He has specified some of the elements which I have shown over here, about hydrogen, phosphorus, copper, gold, etc. This is how we have symbolized some of the way, along with the quantity. Right? Now that we have lastly seen how we can name this element on the basis of symbol, place, color and IUPAC. This is how we can name different elements. Right? Then we have seen the full form of IUPAC, that is International Union of Pure and Applied Chemistry, and according to which now presently they are approving the name of the elements, and we have seen how previously those elements were being named. So students, this is all for the video, and if